Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a like and a comment.
And you can share with a friend if you enjoy it, and subscribe so you're notified of new videos.
Thanks and enjoy the show. This week, the Today's Homeowner team is tackling storage as we help a young mom conquer the chaos in her daughter's room.
Her room looks like Toys R Us threw up on it basically all the time.
Brookwood shares this home with her 7-year-old daughter, Presley, whose bedroom has gotten out of control.
One of the biggest challenges that I've had is storage in her room. She is the only grandchild, and she's my only child, so she obviously gets a lot of presents. Her room looks like Toys R Us threw up on it basically all the time, and so I'm looking forward to updating her room.
Okay, so Presley's a bit of a collector?
She is a collector. Some might say hoarder.
Oh, well,
of stuffed animals, especially.
Hoarder. That's okay.
You see over here, stuffed animal Mount Everest.
Yeah, well, we can create some shelves to accommodate some of that, but maybe not all of it.
Some of it can go.
Anything destined to be taken out of here?
This piece of real estate needs to go bye-bye.
It's my Barbie dollhouse, and it has 2 beds, and this is the living room right here. This is the bathroom at the Barbie dollhouse.
That's going to be the hard part, though, on the purging. You and her will have to have some quality,
some quality purging
mother-daughter time, and get rid of a little bit of that.
And then down here's the kitchen, and here's another room right here.
There's so many things, even in a small space like this, with shelving and with utilizing every single bit of the closet and a couple other ideas. I think we can make a big difference on it. And I understand you have some awesome colors figured out.
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be fun because that can put the personality in it.
And then this living room, bathroom, and then that's the hot tub in there, and then that's another bedroom.
So, tell you what, let me get some measurements on the closet, see what we can do with that.
Luck.
Okay. A few days later, I return with Alan and Chelsea to show them the space and get to work.
Woo! There's a lot of stuff in that room.
Wow.
It's a small room, so I'll give it to them that maybe it looks like more stuff than it is, but
Yeah, wow.
Presley knows we're coming, but not when, until now.
Hi, baby.
Hey.
Got a little surprise for you.
Yay!
Do you know who these people are?
The camera people.
Yep.
So you know what we're here for?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to revamp your room. You ready to help us? We got to go to work right now. Okay, let's go.
You immediately fall in love with Presley. She's first of all, she's adorable, and very precocious, and just that wide-eyed wonder knowing that her room is about to change, and this is what she's been waiting for.
She didn't realize she had so much stuff.
Well, I didn't realize it. I really didn't.
Are you going to be able to part with any of it?
Yeah.
We'll have to
She's
your
like,
wardrobe out.
yeah.
oh, it's a giant slinky, yes. Yes.
I wanted a Chuck E. Cheese. I got that many tickets.
That is a lot of tickets for this much awesomeness.
I got this along the way when I was like growing up, and this is my jewelry. I got these shells at the beach.
There's a lot of layers there, so there's no telling what we might find in this room.
Oh my goodness, I really didn't know I had that Barbie doll on the bottom.
Eventually, the room is clear and Presley is surprisingly pleased.
I think it's good that it's clean and we can remodel it.
The old closet system isn't working, so once Alan removes it, we're ready to make a plan to reorganize and redecorate. The bifold's kind of so aggravating to most people.
Right.
We could split this thing, take it apart.
So
and
make them swinging doors in?
Yeah, to where it opens
Right.
up like that.
Okay.
Is one way to do it.
Yeah.
And what do you think about all these stuffed animals? She's not going to throw them all away.
Well, we can definitely work out something for that.
Because if we did, like a shelf like we've done before,
Do you think she plays with them? Or just putting them
I think she's just sentimental with them. But if we have them displayed, it kind
Yeah.
of fills up the top of this room a little bit. Maybe go 1 or 2 sides or something like that.
Okay, now what about, she's not very tall, so she can be able to reach the top
I think we're
of
going
the
to get a
closet?
little stool, a little thing, because
Uh-huh.
otherwise, that way she can get the animals, make it nice and safe, maybe Paint it pink.
Well,
Always works for me.
yeah,
glitter.
sure.
And her initials.
Sure.
And like Barbie's nailed to the side of it.
No.
Okay, maybe you should.
Maybe not.
Maybe you
Yeah,
should.
Chelsea handle it.
take over all that part of it.
I'm very excited today because I bought a brand new vise for my workbench, and it's a perfect size. It pivots. You can clamp pretty much anything in here. Now, the one concern I have is that the jaws are lined with some really sharp teeth. Now, if you're clamping a piece of metal, that's not much of a concern, but if you're clamping a piece of wood, especially a really nice piece of oak or other expensive hardwood, those teeth are going to damage the wood. There's no way around it unless you protect it. Now, rather than just putting in 2 pieces of wood, which you'll have to hold in place along with the workpiece, I decided to make a couple of saddles I can slip over the throat of the vise. I just took 2 squares of 3/8" plywood, I held them in place, and I marked the width and the depth of the cut. Then I drilled a 5/8" diameter hole, then cut out the slot with a jigsaw. What you end up with is this: 2 little pieces of plywood with a slot in the center, which sit right over the throat. You can see they sit in place, you don't have to hold them. And then when you go to tighten up the workpiece, just put it in place, crank it down. No matter how much pressure you put on this, you're gonna have those pads in place, and there's no concern about damaging the workpiece.
We're helping Brooke Woods conquer the chaos in her daughter Presley's room, and the first step is adding some shoe storage to the closet.
Maybe this wide, shelf, however
Yeah.
that we need. But the big question is, how big is Presley's foot?
She's kind of a big foot.
Can you get?
Just kidding.
Okay. How about you get a shoe, or at least some of the most popular ones she wears? Let's measure them so we make sure we've got enough room here. Okay.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, Chelsea and I are making measurements for a new shelf to give the stuffed animals a home. Once Presley's shoes are measured, Alan and Brooke head outside to start cutting parts for the shoe rack.
We're gonna make 12 cuts. When I say we, I mean you. So if you come over here,
Okay.
turn on, down, and back.
Okay.
All right?
Got it. It's all fun and games till someone loses a hand.
And by someone, we mean me.
Right. By someone, I mean you.
You see she turned that on while my hand was here? And as my hand crosses in front of the blade, the blade starts moving.
Alan nearly lost a hand. Whoops.
So, woo. Yeah, thank you, Brooke.
Pretty soon, Alan moves Brooke to something slightly safer, like sanding.
When you get to these little whiskers like this, take it, go just kind of diagonal.
As Alan starts putting the shoe rack together, it looks kind of like a ladder with only one leg.
My idea for this is actually to build only one side that's vertical and all the shelves horizontal, and then on the right side where it meets the closet, I'm going to use, hopefully, the door casing as the cleat for each individual shelf.
Meanwhile, Chelsea and Alan start applying the white paint that will be the base color for the striped wall. Chelsea's using a respirator because she's pregnant, but she's still getting lots of advice to be careful.
My doctor said I could be on a ladder, I just couldn't fall off of the ladder.
Well, that's for anybody, actually, so it's a smart doctor.
Usually when I'm building a double closet rod like this, I'll put the top rod around 6.5 to 7 feet. But with Presley being a little shorter, we are lowering it down to 6 feet and the lower one here to 3 feet so that she can reach both of the rods. And as she grows a little older and gets a little taller, all of this can be raised very, very easily. Apparently, I need to be a little more careful too. Alan taught me that. Gotta be that nail gun's misaligned somehow.
That's karma. That's plain karma, folks.
Once the stray nails are removed, Chelsea and I position the shelf in the bedroom so we can mark the corbel locations. Then Alan and Brooke bring the shoe rack in to test fit it and mark the notches on the door molding that will support the right side of the shoe rack.
All right, now my final question to you. You can see what we have here. We got 12. Do you want me to put one up here to here? It'd be a little high.
Sure.
Or just leave it open?
No, you can
Put one up
there.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I could.
All right, we'll cut one
stack
more. We'll
something
stack
else
one.
up
There we go. Okay. All right, so let's, I'll get this out of the way, and then I'm going to start notching these out. While I'm doing that, do you mind cutting me another one of those?
No.
Do you remember where that mark was on our saw?
I do.
Give me one more of those.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think about your room so far? We got a little bit more to go, but so far?
I like it.
You like it? Okay, it'll be a lot better. Hey, I was thinking about something. Now, your mom's pretty cool. What can we do to help her out around here? Is there anything that's kind of like really bugging her a lot?
Yeah, there used to be a leak in the kitchen, and then it's still real yuck, and it drives her nuts.
She'd be happy if we fixed it, wouldn't she?
I'm hoping, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try, and we'll see if we can surprise her with that, okay? While Alan is busy cutting out the notches to support the shoe rack, I'm going to tackle the ceiling. The water damage has bubbled the knockdown texture on the ceiling, so when I scrape that off, I find that the drywall underneath has molded and deteriorated. That means I have to cut out all the affected material and replace it with new drywall. Once the patch is coated with joint compound and sanded, we have to replace the texture. I'm using sealing texture in a can from Homax that makes the job really easy. You simply shake it up, spray the texture onto the repair area, and then knock it down with a damp drywall knife to match the surrounding texture. Problem solved. Back in the bedroom, Alan's ready to install the shoe rack. Meanwhile, Brooke is busy coating the other walls in the bedroom with fresh new colors. Outside, the bifold doors have been separated, and Chelsea is busy painting them a vibrant pink.
Oh, I love this.
Isn't that pretty?
I'm taking the leftover paint with me.
I'm a very eclectic person. I like a lot of wild colors, and I like mixing patterns and colors.
Pink doors, really different. Apparently, my opinion on color isn't needed, but they do seem to appreciate my trick for flipping the doors so you can paint both sides at once. Look at that.
That is brilliant.
I know, I thought so.
Because I painted that front door, and it was really tough.
You had to work, see?
If I would have had
3
that
screws,
system,
all you need.
You know, I often get asked, Jody, what's your favorite DIY project? And admittedly, I will say tiling. I love just installing tile. I think it's so beautiful. It can really change the look of a room with all those textures, colors, and styles. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what your tile looks like. If you didn't do a proper installation, that tiling project over time will go downhill fast with cracked tile or even crumbling grout. What causes that? Well, movement underneath the tile. So there are a couple of steps that you have to do to ensure that your tile doesn't shift over time. And most people put cement backer board down, and that works perfectly. But there is another option that I've got right here in my buggy that I want to show you. This is called RedGuard's Uncoupling Mat. And this is basically like a mat that you can roll out and cut. It's got a fleece covering on it, and you attach this to your subfloor, and then you put your tile with your mortar on top of this. Now, over time, if there is any shifting on your tile, the fleece will start to shear away and kind of shore up underneath that tile, so it prevents it from moving. Now, quite frankly, it is a little more expensive, but you're gonna get a vapor barrier, and you're also gonna get waterproofing with this membrane. So if those things are important to you, it's a really good investment.
Presley's room is getting an organizational makeover and a whole new look at the same time. The walls have been repainted and the closet is being revamped. The closet doors are a bold new color, and Chelsea is about to make them more useful for storage.
So we had the idea to use door stops to hang Presley's accessories, her hats and scarves and whatever else she wants. So this is how I bake my cookies, is that I put, you know, 2 and then 1 cookie in the middle.
Yeah.
Because these are hollow doors, there's not a lot of material for the threaded door stops to bite into, so we're coating the base of the stops with construction adhesive. The threads will pull the base up tight to the surface, and the adhesive will secure them there. So when we requested 13 door stops, did it throw you off in
it threw
one
me a little
bedroom?
bit, yes.
Because we only had like...
Looks like you played darts with this thing. What did you do?
But you see what it's going to be for.
Okay, so
it's
you're
going to be
hanging-
on the back, and so
Okay.
Presley can hang hats and
Oh, I like
scarves
it, I like it.
and those designer handbags, the whole thing like that. And I'm not sure if this isn't my first pink door.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. We need to hire Brooke just to do all the color
I know,
coordination.
I tell you, this is going to be great. At the beginning of the next day,
Okay, Brooke, I know you wanted black and white stripes on the wall, so I wore my shirt so you could kind of visualize
Perfect.
what it will look like.
Yes,
You
I
still
love
like
it.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
These two work well together, but their styles are decidedly different.
So Brooke's wearing all of these clothes with glitter on them, and then she brings out a crystal encrusted tape measure.
If you put glitter on something, I will pretty much purchase it.
You look up glitter in the dictionary and it says, see Brooke.
All right, well, I hope once we get to the bottom that all of our measurements are the same.
I've done checkerboard patterns and things like that, but I've never measured out stripes. That was a little challenging, getting everything lined up.
I guess it's kind of nice having the door in the middle, because if your stripes are off from mine, you'd never be able to tell.
Yeah,
You know, within.
unless they're like majorly off.
Yeah. So we use a level to create nice straight lines. Then we're able to go back with our frog tape and lay the frog tape right against the pencil mark.
I'm too short.
Oh no.
I need my stilettos, my construction stilettos.
Burnish it, smooth it down really nice so our paint doesn't seep underneath, and we're able to paint.
Because these stripes will command so much attention, Brooke has decided she wants the shelf for stuffed animals on the opposite wall, so while she fills in the black stripes, we're installing it across the room, with a little help from Presley, of course.
That thing's loud.
Yeah.
Maybe you need earplugs too.
Once the black stripes are all filled in, the tape starts coming off, and the results are pretty impressive.
Love that.
I'm super impressed with how clean the tape comes off of the paint.
This looks awesome.
Can I have this room for my room instead?
No.
Aww.
You can visit it.
Ooh.
Now for the finishing touches. The hanging rods have to go up in the closet. We need hardware on the closet doors, a wireless motion-activated light for the closet, and a little folding step stool so Presley can reach all of her stuff. Painted pink, of course. And for icing on the cake, the final coat of pale pink on the outside wall gets an extra additive.
All right, you ready to add glitter? How much glitter should we add?
The whole bag.
The whole thing? Whoa, that's a lot of glitter. I don't care.
This will be perfect for the wall.
Okay, they're gonna see your wall in Las Vegas from here.
Cool.
Cool.
Brooke applies the paint overnight, so early the next morning, we can begin putting it all back together.
In a room this small, you have to utilize every little bit of space you have, so using some boxes under the bed gives us a lot more storage that she didn't have before.
Seeing it all come together now with the one wall that's all those bold stripes, the pink on one side, the pink with just the touch of glitter on the other side, the white with the shelf. I mean, it has really come together nicely, and I think Presley is really going to be very happy with this room.
Children's rooms are notorious for being chaotic, and Presley's room was no exception. It's a small space that had too much stuff and very little place to put anything except on the floor. Cleaning out has made a big difference for sure, but now the stuffed animals that remain have a comfortable, out-of-the-way home on the shelf over Presley's bed. The closet is much more usable now with more functional hanging racks, more accessible shelving, and a new shoe rack that will keep plenty of shoes out of the way but within easy reach. Rehanging the bifold doors to swing out separately not only opened up the closet space, it created the opportunity to add a full-length mirror and storage for hats, belts, and scarves. Plus, the whole space looks pretty cool too.
It's so beautiful. It's exactly what I had pictured, and there's even been some additions to what I had pictured. And I think it's going to be a lot easier for Presley to keep it more organized.
I love the stripes, and I love how the pink doors coordinated, and I just love it. And I like how I have shoe cupboards, because I love how I can just find my shoes quick when it's like a hurry day on a school day. And I just like everything in my room. And I like how you redid it.
Well, Presley, I really like the way all of this turned out. To be able to display your hats and purses, pretty cool.
Yeah,
Okay, what do you think about all this home improvement stuff?
I like it.
Well, I hope you got a few ideas if you're about to redo your little girl's room. And thanks so much for being with us right here on today's Homeowner. I'm Danny Lipford. We'll see you next week. What about a name? What's the name for this thing?
Star Lily.
furnished down the house.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to comment, like, and hit the bell icon so that we can notify you when new videos are posted.
And don't go anywhere, click around and continue the home improving fun.